Shelby. Hey, Shelby. Hey.
If you could go back in time to young Shelby, what advice would you give?
I would like to say as a kid, I was probably a big extrovert. I was just always bubbly, outgoing, just super high energy, never met a stranger.
Everybody knows her for her personality. Very loud, very happy, motivated.
We grew up in the world of entrepreneurship. My whole life I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know when that was gonna happen. I didn't know when that term was gonna happen. So I went to LSU and I took a victory half lap because I was in school for physical therapy.
Shelby had a real queasy stomach, and she couldn't handle therapy and people hurt
And the blood.
And that type of stuff. So that's when she decided to switch to marketing.
I was working at the time right before I graduated at a law firm in Baton Rouge, Taylor Porter, and I had relatives in the oil and gas industry in Thibodaux in the Houma area, and they asked my dad what I was doing. And he explained what I was doing there, and they asked, would she be willing to interview with us? And so I really just interviewed, and I was thrown literally headfirst into a marketing director role at 23 years old. Starting in the oil and gas industry, it was amazing. I loved my job. I thought truly I'd be there forever. As the years went on, I felt very underappreciated, or that the marketing aspect in the oil and gas industry just wasn't important.
It wasn't seen in the company that what she could do, what her potential was.
There was many nights when she came home like crying, hated her job, just wanted to do something different. You know, and she always pushed for that issue. I can do this on my own. I can do this on my own.
Watching her be so miserable, I guess you would say, it was hard to watch as an older sister too, or just a friend.
And so I went on multiple interviews. Like literally, I was like, I will take a job anywhere with a pay cut if I can just learn from somebody. I was craving the experience from someone else that could help guide me and mold me into who I thought I wanted to be at the time. I found this conference, it's called Social Media Marketing World. And I went, I knew no one. When I walked into that conference, I immediately realized that there is a need for social media managers. In that moment, seeing so many people on stages and speaking their truth and talking about what they know, and I'm like, I know that, I can do that, I want to do that. And so I basically just took everything I learned there and implemented it into the company I was with, and like their social media skyrocketed. At this point, it's 2020. In February of 2021, I took my first social media client, and it went from, we're just gonna renovate our kitchen, John, this is gonna be some extra income, to the word started getting out that I was helping people on the side. Let's be real, when you tell the world that you're leaving your corporate cushion job to be an entrepreneur in social media, they're like, what does that even mean?
I remember the day that Shelby told us that she was leaving the corporate world. I listened to her. We're on speakerphone, and I hung up. I looked at John. I went, what the hell is she thinking? She lost her mind.
When Shelby first came to me and said that she was going to start her venture by herself in social media management, first of all, I was like, what is that? Sure. What do you do? Whenever you told Matt that you were leaving, he was like, do it.
Most important thing to yourself is to feel good about yourself. And you've got to be able to do that.
But I mean, you don't know if you never try. And then once you started trying, it was like, holy crap, like look what it's turned into.
It kind of just snowballed, and I started getting clients. And I don't miss it. I don't look back and wish I was still in corporate. There's no ounce in me that wishes I was there. I was able to leave May 12th of 2021.
Attitude change
Overnight.
like that. A totally different person when she started on her own.
Thank you all
Y'all are doing amazing. I think that these meetings are really helping us. To
Starting
learn
this business,
graphics
I didn't
and
think it'd be
video.
like this. It is not what people think it is. You don't just make a lot of money and run people's social media accounts. This is not a 8 to 5, even a 9 to 5, where I don't even know the hours. Like it doesn't turn off. Say you don't get the contract, you don't get the client, or maybe you're working with the client and they end up not the right fit and you have to break up with the client, and it just sucks because you immediately think that you failed and that you did something wrong and you're the blame for everything. And as an entrepreneur, we're triggered and we're programmed to the point of like, that is your problem and that is the way you're supposed to deal with it, and you are the issue. And embracing failure is just going to make you a better entrepreneur, and embracing failure is going to make you a better person in general, because like I said earlier, all the greats have failed and that's how they succeed.
Henry, what does mommy do for work? What do you think mommy does for work?
I think when I had kids was the turning point for me. I want to teach my boys the power of a hardworking woman, and as well as to be a very hardworking individuals as they grow up and become adults. And also to, if you chase your dreams, that you can accomplish anything that you want.
What qualities make Shelby who she is? All right? The same qualities that made her the athlete she was, or the mama that she is. I knew nothing would hold Shelby back. Shelby's got that personality, that attitude that she can do it, move out of my way.
She don't stop. You know, probably one of the hardest working people I know.
You've gotten so many people to jump out of their comfort zone, which is your personality. Yes. And what you do to me, you push me when I'm like curled up in a ball and scared to death to move. But it's exciting.
If you could go back in time to young Shelby, what advice would you give?
That, oh my God, I might cry. That everything will be okay. And life is not as hard as you think it is. And you have the right to choose what you want and live out the dreams that you want. And the days that I don't feel proud of myself now, I think back of the little girl that was bubbly and outgoing and say she would be very proud.
So if you go back and look from 2 years when you start to now, I mean, it's not even a comparison. It's like tremendous.
She's here. She's going. She's going.
I feel like as kids, you'd be in the backyard playing astronauts and whatever it is, and you don't have a care in the world. And people don't stop you from playing pretend. But when it's time for a career, it's not good enough. It's not secure enough. But in all reality, if you're happy, that's all that matters. And if you are willing to do the work and build a business and build a name and build a reputation and build a brand, then you will be unstoppable.